What's to call, Rod Harrington?
Yes, you're exactly right, Stuart. It is possibly one of the hardest calls we've ever had to make. And obviously Van Gerwen's going to be the favourite, and this man Gary Anderson's second favourite. But in my eyes, you could put them 5-6, the whole lot, the whole four, to win the title. As we said at the top of the show, this man Phil Taylor wants to set his stall out early. He wants to walk away with this title and prove to everybody that he's back and he's mean. And these are mean darts to start a maximum.
Well, what about this? Really close to back-to-back maximums. Incredibly, we have 52 180s on the opening night in Dubai. Taylor is eyeing up the 9-darter. Well, 3 times on the opening night we had 6 perfect darts. Anderson hit one of those little sequences, and a car, the prize for a 9-darter in the desert. But a great start from both players. Well, and one of these, another 180 would have left him on a possible 10-darter. It's only the opening leg.
Yes, it just caught the flight, someone in the 5. Well, Gary just looked up. I think a little bit of breeze come over his right shoulder there. But Phil Taylor probably going for the 25 or the 15s. I would say it's the 25 for the 36. No, it's the 15s. That leaves 8 for an 11-dart first leg. He doesn't want to mess too much around with it. I mean, we see Gary Anderson take that 170 last night. And what an opening checkout this would be. Well, he's not going to do that. Taylor comes back for the double 4.
45. Will you require 8?
Double 2. Well, that's sitting up beautifully. It's the perfect guide. Had to go in. Did. So Taylor gets there in the end. Strike 1 to Taylor. He leads against the world champ.
100.
First to 11, remember, for a place in the final. Is there going to be a new name on the trophy here in Dubai, or is Michael Van Gerwen going to win it for a 3rd consecutive year?
Well, I think the difference is this year, Stuart, as we've mentioned so many times, there's so many of these players that are in good form. Other times you come to events and 3 or 4 of them are just indifferent. But certainly these 4 players are really on form. As Phil Taylor just saying, a little bit of movement with the dart. I mean, the light atmosphere here is going to make the dart fly a little bit quicker anyway. Yeah, it's lighter than it would be back in Britain, certainly. A lot warmer. Terrible weather back home today.
Extremely hot. Another day of temperatures over 100 degrees here in Dubai, and it's still very, very warm and humid. Channel 17, the shot. A great dart from Gary Anderson to leave himself on tops after 12.
That's good thinking from Anderson. I mean, the 25 with the second dart was to leave 96 if he was going to leave that, which is a 2-dart finish instead of being over the 100, which would have been a 3-dart. But Anderson, 13 dart to hold on to his throw. And just like last night with the Lewis bunting, right from the first darts, the players got into a rhythm.
Well, we expect nothing less than the 4 best players in the world of darts. Of course, Gary Anderson effectively ended Phil Taylor's hopes of qualifying for the Premier League as well, with a 7-5 victory just 2 or 3 weeks ago. Anderson, the Premier League champion. He's actually won his last 4 matches against Taylor in TV events. Of course, the Players' Championship finals, the quarterfinals in Minehead, that epic World Championship triumph, and then back-to-back 7-5 wins for the Scot. in the Premier League. A little bit of breeze there, affecting the Taylor darts.
Yes, there is a little bit. The wind is actually a completely different direction tonight. It's coming over the player's right shoulder from that corner where we're actually sitting high above the arena here. But certainly the breeze not affecting those three darts. I mean, we're outside, even when if it was a dead still night, you're still going to get the odd little breeze that'll drift around the arena. We even get it in the closed arenas, Stu, don't we?
Failure require 161.
Well, this is where Taylor has been so good over the years, setting it up as we call it, and then coming back and taking it out. And certainly he's set it up absolutely perfect. Well, he wanted 167 to break Phil Taylor in the first leg. He wants 150 here, but unable to take it out. So Taylor comes back for the double 12.
Well, just in case Taylor misses. Double 6. Good dart. So 2-1 it is. First three legs. All on throw and hugely entertaining as well. Anderson looking for his first maximum. Instead has to settle for a fourth 140.
Well, we say so often that when two players are playing as well as this, it's going to take a 12 dart leg to break a throw, and certainly the way this game has gone. I mean, Anderson up at 111 average, Taylor on 100. So the standard is carrying on
83
from last week. Anderson just come down to 109, just come down to a mere 109.
There's some impressive numbers on the opening night. Adrian Lewis with 105.5 in beating Stephen Bunting to set the highest average in the history of this event, beating Michael Van Gerwen's 104, and then we saw Van Gerwen later on beat that again, averaging nearly 107 against Van Barneveld.
Well, Barney had chances, didn't he? And that's happened the last two times that he's played Van Gerwen. He's been in front, but not sustained the pressure to keep himself there. But Lewis, the way he played last night, if he can get in front, I think he'll hold on to the lead. His rhythm last night, for me, Adrian Lewis, was the best I've seen for a long time. Didn't waste too many of those third darts.
Well, it was a poor visit from Anderson.
90.
Put him under a little pressure now.
Barrier require 107.
Would have expected to be down to a double. He's got choices. Treble 16 to leave tops. Or treble 20. Well, he went for the treble 20.
41.
But Gary's last 6 darts,
Failure requires 60.
probably the worst 6 darts he's thrown in the 2 days we have, and Taylor here to punish. Double 2, taking this out already.
64. Gary
2 chances gone for Phil Taylor to break the throw of Anderson. Anderson may only get 1 dart at a double. Well, he's going to get 2 at double 18. Now only 1.
48.
Oh, Taylor. Well, he took this double out earlier on. The first dart was just low, but put in a beautiful marker to just bounce into the double 2. And that's not a great marker, knitted it up a good half of an inch, but found the double 2 anyway. A breaker throw for Phil Taylor.
Game on.
Well, Gary Anderson only himself to blame. 6 poor darts from 161, and after Taylor missed, Anderson had 2 clear at double 18, didn't take them, and Taylor here throwing to take a firm grip on this semi-final.
137.
Not enough. You know, 2,700 people inside the Dubai Tennis Centre for finals night here in the desert. Terrific turnout again. This tournament growing.
91.
with each year.
And it does certainly help when the players are throwing the standard of darts as they did last night and the start of this game. As you can see, that shot over Gary Anderson there leads right up to where me and Stuart played to sitting, and it looks pretty packed, certainly from the stage shot and from where we're sitting. So Phil Taylor now, treble 14 will leave him a double 16. Oh, that's a double 16 for a 4-1 lead. Well, he's going to come back, Stuart.
Well, that fourth leg already looking very, very important. Key break of throw in the early stages of this semi-final for Phil Taylor.
32.
And this for complete control. Double 16. Getting closer.
Game shot of fifth
Last
leg.
dart in hand.
Phil Taylor.
How many times have we said that over the years? Last dart in hand. Taylor takes the leg, and Taylor takes control of the first semi-final here in Dubai. The world champion has got it all to do. Taylor leads 4-1.
5 legs. And as I said, there is a little bit of breeze, but when you think that in that mini session they threw over 150 darts between them, and there was only a couple of darts that drifted on the wind, so small percentage. We are playing the only tournament in the world that is outside. And as I said before, we have little bits of breeze on an indoor session, so
let's be honest, a new challenge for all of them, but they love it here, absolutely love it. And Anderson firing at the start of this second mini session with his first 180, and that's what he needs. The minimum requirement here is for Anderson to win this little session 3-2. Taylor 4-1 up despite missing 11 darts at double.
Well, Gary Anderson kicked off this leg with a maximum. Is he going to hit another one? I was going to say, needs a big score. Does not want to give this first leg away after the break. He's going to get a dart at least at the bullseye when he returns. Now he's going to have to go for that bullseye. So we look at the treble 15 first. Oh, he's at the 10. So he's got to go 25 bullseye now. Oh, and that was a big, wide dart from Gary Anderson. Well, he's opened the door here for Phil Taylor.
Not sure what Anderson was trying to do there. He's left himself double 9. Will he get a dart at it? Well, this would be a huge moment in this semi-final. Gary Anderson making an awful mess at 85. Didn't get a dart at a double. Taylor pouncing, as Taylor does with that 1-2-1. It's a double break of throw, and it's a long way back for the Scot now.
And that's Taylor's best finish of the tournament. Well, that's as good as a maximum. That'll get him the car if he can follow up on that. But that's what made Taylor a 16 times world champion, Stuart. You know, the way we call it punishing your opponent, and certainly he was the king at it. And let's not forget, his form has not been that bad. Well, that's number 4 on the treble list. And I'm surprised he didn't come down for the 19s again. That dart didn't sit too well.
Well, Gary made a complete mess of that leg when you consider that he started it with a 180. And having done that, didn't even get a shot at a double.
Well, the early part of the game, Anderson, his first dart was coming in low a bit, so I think he's starting to throw it a little bit harder. And certainly over-pitched going for the treble 15, and that may be because he was throwing it harder at the treble 20. And he certainly needs to get back into this game very quickly.
91.
Yeah, but Taylor very much in control. Of course, January the 4th, 2015, the greatest night of Gary Anderson's darting life. What a final it was. Turned into an epic. 7-6 Anderson
90.
to win the world title that many of us thought he was always destined to do.
140. Will we require
140 may not have been enough. Phil Taylor's already taken out 121. He's got to stay on the 18s. Well, that's unusual and something I wouldn't suggest too many players do. Well, he's not going to take him out, but Stuart, you know, when you've got a chance to go for the bullseye when your opponent's on a check-out, I just feel you've got to go for it. I mean, Phil got away with it then,
Will we require
but there are
32?
going to be nights when you don't.
Game time is 7-5.
Darting dominance in the desert from Philip Taylor. 6-1. And he's now won 5 consecutive legs against Gary Anderson.
96.
Anderson's mistakes have been punished. I think also, just something that we
85.
should touch on, just Taylor just much more relaxed. Anderson looks
120.
another maximum, just one apiece, the maximum count so far, but he just looks absolutely at ease. I think he was under pressure in the Premier League because everyone was talking about the fact that he'd never missed the playoffs. I think that added to the pressure, and it was a weight off his shoulders in many ways. He was desperately disappointed, but I think he comes here with a completely different mindset, Rob.
Well, I think with these World Series events, the players are getting time with themselves. You know, they're bringing their wives or their partners and getting a little bit of relaxed time. It just puts you in a little bit of a better frame of mind. And certainly, you know, people like Gary Anderson, Michael Van Gerwen, it doesn't worry them because they're the ones, you know, that are on form. But the Lewises and the Taylors, that little bit of relaxing time is the difference. Darts is so close with the form now. It is literally a couple of % change. Is the win or the lose. Well, he's going to put some pressure on Gary Anderson, 66 here. Certainly is.
He did that against Peter Wright in the quarter-final. But Anderson here under pressure. They were flyers, they were way off, but the 180 from Taylor put the pressure on, and Anderson missed again. So for the third time in this semi-final, Taylor is eyeing double 2. For the third time, Taylor hits double 2. It's all going wrong for Gary Anderson here in Dubai. Phil Taylor here just making his mark, putting a stamp on proceedings, isn't he? Despite the fact he's missed a load of doubles. Anderson missed 2 doubles in the 4th leg to hold throw, both at double 18. He missed 2 doubles in that last leg, also at double 18.
Yes, both on 66,
Yep.
Stu. And you put those 2 legs on Gary Anderson and take him off of Phil's, and all of a sudden, it's a very close game. But the ifs for Gary Anderson did not happen. But the one thing for Phil Taylor, he's getting a lot of his first darts absolutely perfect in that treble 20. But Gary Anderson is getting a lot of them just low. Now we have it again. Sometimes you know you can find a way of just over pitching and easing yourself into the game, but when you're playing Taylor, who's over 100 average, on this frame of mind, perhaps you turn your form around a little bit too late. And at 7-1, this is going to take a monumental game of darts for Gary Anderson to get back and win this match.
Emphatic. Aptly sums up the Taylor performance. Of course, the World Series rolls into Japan at the end of June. And then in August, we head to Perth, Sydney and Auckland. The World Series finals will take place later in the year.
85.
Well, this is the 9th leg and Gary Anderson's only hit 1 maximum. So that just shows you he's not really finding the range By now you'd have expected at least a half a dozen from Anderson. So Taylor may get 6 darts. May only need 3. He's already taken out the 1-2-1. He takes out the 117. 8 legs to 1 for Phil Taylor. 3 legs away for a final place.
We didn't expect this.
57.
That's for sure. But Taylor, who won the World Series events in Perth and Sydney, Taylor just refocusing. Crowd getting a little bit vocal.
57.
Just 3 more legs required.
Well, Gary Anderson getting a bit angry with someone in the audience. He's getting angry with the treble 20. Perhaps that's what it needs to get that far in the belly for Gary Anderson.
137.
Now, when Anderson gets angry, this is what happens. It really is. And back-to-back 180s tells its own story. On many occasions, I've seen him backstage at tournaments in a break, absolutely livid. And you kind of know that he's going to go out after the break and produce something. Bullseye.
59.
Well, he went for the ball, and he'll be back with a chance to win his second leg. But back-to-back 180s.
Well, it has been really noticeable, Stuart, that Gary Anderson, I mean, the first dart you throw is your line and length. If that's in the treble, obviously it's brilliant. If it's in a good position, then that's good enough. But with Gary Anderson, a lot of them have been going low. So getting a bit angry. May start. So he's getting his form back.
Yeah, well, Anderson wins only his second leg. Certainly very disappointed with the way that he's playing with Phil Taylor, who until 24 hours ago hadn't won a match on this stage, is closing in on the final. He leads Gary Anderson 8-2 here in Dubai.
Getting the final for the very first time.
100.
Just gone about his business, hasn't he? Anderson needs to get inspired.
131.
He's made a slow start, and that's cost him dearly.
Yes, very dearly, but he's just got to get up there and play one leg at a time. Just think, well, it's no good looking at the score. The more you look at that score, the worse it's going to look, to be quite honest. So just get up there and think, right, I'll just play this leg, then I'll play the next leg, and see if I can get on the run and get back at Taylor.
Leg at a time, isn't it?
Well, if he can get 2 or 3 legs on the trot, then it may just put a little element of doubt in Phil Taylor's mind. And then that's how you get back from a deficit like this.
Taylor will stay up. It's a lovely dart.
81.
So a chance here for Anderson to break Taylor for the first time in this semi-final. Well, he was looking for treble 15, wasn't he? For double 10, unlucky. Well, it wasn't a bad dart.
Well, that's the second time he's gone for the treble 15 and over-pitched into the 10. However, Taylor on 141. We've seen it many times, but we won't see it this time. So Anderson's going to come back. Should be 1 leg back for the Flying Scotsman.
That's a great guide. Well, Anderson's had his chances. 3 missed darts there to break the Taylor throw. You can't see him coming back. I think Taylor, well, how difficult is that going to prove to be? Focus from Taylor, and Anderson will come back. Well, unexpected opportunity for the Scot. 3-1 is the way that he likes to go. Well, I think the last 5 darts from Gary Anderson have summed up his night.
Well, there's been 3 legs that Gary Anderson's got down to the double first, 66 twice, and that leg there where he had a good couple of handfuls of darts to the double, that he's absolutely given those legs to Phil Taylor. And like I said before, you put 3 on Gary Anderson and take him off Phil Taylor, it makes it for a very close game. But Anderson not firing on all cylinders here in Dubai. Certainly Phil Taylor, he's not doing a bad job. A good day at the office for Taylor.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, put 2 finer points on it. Anderson hits the doubles, and it's 6-5 in Taylor's favour. It's a different game. But he hasn't, and it isn't, and Taylor's 2 legs away.
96.
We'll have to switch, surely.
Well, again, we see those first darts low on the treble 20, and that has been the game of Gary Anderson this evening. He's just not been able to get the range, not get the dart up. If you're going to miss the treble for Gary Anderson, he wants it just on the top wire. He can find the treble from there. But the dart on the bottom wire, well, that's a better dart. He should be able to find the treble from there, says me, and he still doesn't.
Still to come, of course, Michael van Gerwen and Adrian Lewis. Taylor will switch. You may look at treble 18 here.
95. Gary, you require 170.
So tops.
No
No problem this time with the combination finish. That was terrific. That was the Gary Anderson that we saw win the World Championship and win the Premier League. But the trouble he's had tonight is when he's had 3 darts in his hand and at one target.
Well, we've always said with the quick throwers like Anderson, Lewis, Van Gerwen, the combination shots are easier for them to hit the double with that 3rd dart. Like I say, when they've got 3 darts in the hand, they seem to miss on occasions, and Gary Anderson's certainly done that tonight. As you can see, those stats, 3 out of 13 for Gary Anderson.
Anderson hits a 4th 180. Too little too late, I'm sure. Phil Taylor will use these World Series events here in Dubai and in Japan to build up to the World Match Play in July. It's all valuable for Taylor as he chases another crown in Blackpool. And another possible 11-darter to go within 1 leg of victory. Double 8 will do it.
79. Gary, you require 137.
Well, he was going for the 57 and he would have used the 2 double tops, but that was wayward. So Taylor to go 1 leg away from a final place against Michael van Gerwen or Adrian Lewis. Chasing over to the 4s. He's had a few darts in double 4 and missed, but that certainly was not a miss. And now Anderson really has got a battle that possibly he cannot win.
41.
And we've not really seen the scoring power that we've seen from Gary Anderson, especially over the last year. I mean, he's only 9 140s, 4 180s. And Gary's the sort of person that just walked off the stage and say, bad day at the office, guys. Let's move on to the next one.
Yeah, absolutely. I can assure you that in defeat, Gary Anderson will have forgotten about this 5 minutes after walking off the stage, as you say. On to the next one. Phil Taylor will be returning later to contest the final.
95.
It's the sort of performance that Phil Taylor, he wasn't in that final of the Premier League, and he needed to do something. He needed to beat the Anderson and the Van Gerwens to prove to people that he's not, you know, on the wane. He's not on his way out. He's still there. I mean, when you look at his stats, rarely does he throw a game under 100, win or lose. So the stats say that he's still performing at a good level.
Well, I said during the Premier League, the latter stages of the Premier League, Judge Taylor at the end of this year. Oh. Good stuff from Gary as he looks to win a fourth leg. But yeah, Judge Taylor at the end of the year. Let's see what he's won.
Well, we've seen Gary Anderson take the 170 out last night. Can he liven this crowd up with another 170? He needs the bullseye. This time, just on the outside. And that's the way Gary Anderson's double in has been tonight.
Double 8 to round off a terrific Taylor performance. And Phil Taylor in cruise control against Gary Anderson. Taylor is through to the final in Dubai. The journey is at an end for Gary Anderson. Disappointing from the world champion. But for Philip Taylor, a chance to add another bit of silverware in the desert. Taylor
Wait a minute. Before you click away, I want you to subscribe, like, comment, hell, even dislike if you want to. At least do something before you get out of here.